What's up, everybody? Beastman and
Hmm.
Zeus here, Beast and Bro. And today is a bit of a different episode because we're going to be talking about controversy stuff and how the filmmakers of like the Marvel and DC universe have really lost their touch or are basically confused about what they're making. Um, like they're doing like their own interpretations of what the comics used to be, like of they're basically doing their own version of it. But first, I wanted to talk about either what we've been reading or what I got from Goodwill, which actually relates to this topic, at least like with superhero and anime and stuff, which I've been reading. Um, there you go. Been reading Loser Ranger. I've read like 3 volumes already. I read volume 12. It is which focuses on the Blue Keeper, his assistant, his successor, basically. She gets revenge on the Blue Keeper that died by one of the monster bosses, and then uh, Fighter D, he tries and defeat Death 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 Messia, which is one of the he's one of the monsters, but he was basically a human at first until he has this like monster serum. He injected himself with like 2 of them, which the second dosage gives you the full form of the original monster boss, which you use like your full humanity when you take both doses. Both doses. So in that one, he tries and gets his revenge. You know who he's a monster minion fighter D, but he sees everything that's going on, and so he tries to take things into his own hands. And then we got I read just today, volume 14, which focuses on the Red Keeper, which they actually made a clone of because the original one was all going crazy, and so there's the Pink Squadron. They have like some type of organization like in the shadows. They're called like the Puppet Strings or the Puppet Master or something like that. And they make sure to like hide any secrets and to keep the Dragon Keepers in check. And so they always have like a backup plan. And what I got from Goodwill, I mean not yeah, Goodwill was Black Lagoon season 1 and 2, the complete collection. Which I know there's like an extra 5 episodes called like the OVA versions, which would be like up to 29. But it's all 24 episodes, and I'm beginning to enjoy it. It's by a group of weapon delivery company called the Black Lagoon. They they get they get jobs for multiple people that work in like the black market type of weapons manufacturers, and they deliver it to them. And so one of them actually gets caught. His name is Rock, and he has plans of like a nuclear type of weapon, like weapons codes and blueprints. And so they give him, they keep him as a hostage, and he later finds out Rock that the company actually doesn't care for him because his company is trying to go after him to get those plans, and he saw that there was like 2 people in a helicopter that were trying to shoot at them, and they were all trying to get the plans. And once the whole conclusion, he decides to quit and go work with the Black Lagoon and be with Revy, which is the girl in the middle, right there, Revy, and then you have Dutch, which he's like the basically the leader and the strategist that pilots the ship. And you have Benny, which is like he's the more of the intel guy, gives out all the information of what to do, and he's also a scout. And yeah, so I thought that was really good. And it was On Amazon, it would have been like $50, but I got a good one for like $3, which was a huge steal. And as you can see from my shirt, I also got a Demon Slayer shirt.
I found that for him.
Yeah, which is good. And also found a Kaiju number 8 shirt, which also looked really cool, even though I haven't seen the anime yet or read the manga. But I heard good things about it from one of my friends named Brian, or Skullfire. And yeah, that's about all I read and watched over the weekend. And yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I pulled out some comics to read. I have them kind of not tucked away, but they're kind of out of reach for me for the most part. So I pulled out the a bunch of the teams, Team Titans, and so I'm planning on reading those and then finishing off the Green Lantern. Not this one. I was just reading this one right now. Just while we're sitting here, Taylor was telling me that, or Beastman was telling me that it it should give you everything that you need to know, especially when it comes to about what we're about to be talking about. But lately, I've just been watching a bunch of Jackie Chan movies. So, but I will get into the comics that I put aside to read. I just hadn't got to them yet. I like to read them on slow days whenever I'm not moving all around the house. So, um, yeah, so I put those aside to read, and then this one I actually think just off the first few pages, I'm thinking about getting into reading this one too, because I do really like Green Lantern, and hopefully when I see this trailer, I'll like the trailer. So, but yeah, that's all I got going on so far. So
Yeah, this one is actually based on Jeff Johns' version. He did a whole 6 miniseries, like one shot, of just like basically summarizing everything, trying to get everybody caught up on what happened with Hal Jordan, how he became evil, and him just trying to redeem himself after what happened. Because there is a story with Kyle Rayner, but first it was with Hal Jordan. It was called like Twilight Emerald, where Hal Jordan went all crazy, and after the fall and destroying of Coast City, which is where Hal Jordan was originally from, and he decided to go crazy. He decided to replicate and create his own Coast City, but then the leader, like the main boss's manager of the Green Lantern Corps, the OA, they saw what he's been doing with his ring. They just he broke one of the rules because the ring isn't supposed to be used for our personal gain or benefit. And so they decided to strip him of his powers, and then Hal Jordan got all pissed off and decided to go on a rampage of stealing every other lantern's power and ring.
sounds like some
And
shit I would do.
and so since he went all crazy, the whole the yellow form of the Yellow Lanterns, which is called, like, then there's a huge big monster called Parallax. He actually possessed Hal Jordan, made him go all crazy, and then when Hal Jordan when he got defeated, the next ring went on to Kyle Rayner, which he's basically a freelance artist with his girlfriend, which I forgot her name, but she ends up being killed and like stuffed into like a refrigerator,
Damn.
which is pretty harsh. And so he becomes the next Green Lantern and decides to be a hero, even though he thinks he's not cut out to be a hero. But after he saw what happened to his girlfriend, then he decides to fight for what's right and do justice and stuff like that. And today, actually, we're going to talk about Lantern some more, and also Clayface and Supergirl, because there's actually an interview that we're going to watch with James Gunn talking about the new Lanterns series. And here we go. Let's see, I got get the audio real quick. Sure it's not too loud. There
about lanterns for a number of reasons. I mean, we've never really seen. I mean, look, with all due respect, like I don't think anyone's going to argue we've never seen a great Green Lantern live action
This is very
story.
different. Nobody's getting shocked by that statement, Josh. You know exactly.
I'm just trying to be nice. I don't want Ryan Reynolds to come after me. But when you say
Ryan doesn't give a shit.
when you say grounded,
One of the first people I talked to after I got the job was Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, "You coming back?" He's like, "Get the fuck out of here." That's the thing.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds already got paid. He ain't worried about nothing else.
Well, to his point of that movie, I would say they actually got the tone kind of right and like the look of it, because as you said, he said the Mark Strong like looked exactly like Sinestro, right?
Yeah, from the comics that I was reading, it looks spot on. Even his whole attitude and as far as I can remember from the movies with the what's his face?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds. Yeah, the Sinestro, he even everything up to, you know, the way that he was portrayed and everything, they did a really good job with him in the movie or movies, I think, right?
Yeah, it's just the one.
Oh, okay.
And then of course there's like an animated series.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna watch that.
Well, it's, the whole thing is like basically it just stays true to what the Lanterns are, compared as with the new show that
The live action.
yeah.
Yeah, people are gonna get picked up. Everything's gonna get.
was that
I
a
was
joke?
joking. I was
Okay,
joking.
okay, just
I wasn't
kidding.
really telling him to come back.
When you say grounded, how grounded? Like, are we going to see superhero like costumes? Are we going to, or is, like, are we stripping it down even further?
Well, I don't want to give away all that stuff, but
Okay.
it's. I think grounded, just like, you know, if Green Lanterns were real, what the fuck would they be, and how would they be? You know, I was thinking about it the other morning because I kept being like, you know, because the thing that keeps getting out is it's a terrestrial story, you know,
Right.
and I'm like. Yeah, because it's on Earth. The story takes place on Earth. Everybody's like, "Oh, we don't want to see their outer space. They fly with rings. We don't want to see a, you know." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're on Earth for the story, like most Green Lantern stories. It's terrestrial bound.
Right.
It's not in outer space. You know, we don't have 1,000 Green Lanterns. You know, all that stuff. And it's like, you know, it's a grounded story that's being told through another lens in a way that's really commensurate. You know, it's an HBO series, and it's going to be an HBO series. And I'm
Yeah, so he doesn't. I don't think Gunn actually understands like what the Lanterns are all about, because as he said, like, oh, nobody wants to see like 1,000 Lanterns in space, even though that's what the Green Lantern Corps is all about.
Yeah,
And
it's literally about going from different terrestrial
planets.
yeah, no, it's he just said the words right here. 3,600 sectors. There's 3,600 sectors within all the different like galaxies and universes and stuff, and that's literally what the Green Lanterns are. They go to the outer parts as well as the inner parts of the galaxy, trying to keep peace and keep other, pretty much trying to keep the bullies from bullying other
They're galactic cops, basically.
pretty much, yeah. A galactic cop. Why would you not want to? Why would people who actually like this not want to see that aspect of it? They don't just. We've got enough superheroes on Earth. Let's fucking expand the shit.
Yeah.
You know. But I don't know. What do you think?
I actually kind of think that it goes against what he's used to doing, because after him doing Guardians of the Galaxy, I thought it kind of would have been perfect for him to do a Green Lanterns type of movie or series, because that's what he's used to, like a whole group like fighting in space with like a bunch of banter and stuff.
Right. It just prolonged in a series instead of just a movie or two.
Yeah.
You know, that's it's funny that he's so far off the fucking point that especially from doing the doing the Guardians, you know what I mean? Them being in space, like he knows how to do that well.
Yeah.
And for him to just center it back onto Earth is just kind of goofy to me. But
And there's another one. Well, go ahead and watch the trailer too.
so, just to preface why he's looking for the trailers. Oh, you can't.
No, yeah, everybody's
yeah.
seen you.
Okay, yeah. While he's looking for the trailers. So, I haven't seen the new trailer. I wanted to watch it on screen with y'all so that you can get my actual initial reaction. Beastman's already seen the trailer for the Lanterns, and now that I'm looking at it, I have actually seen part of one. I don't think I saw the whole thing. But y'all can get my on-screen reaction, as well as Beastman's just his reaction while watching it, and he can laugh and tear the shit up if he wants to. But let's do it. And just to preface, just from the first, you don't even have to hit play. I already know the guy who's playing the Lantern. It's he plays one of the main characters in The Rings.
The Rings.
Yeah, and the Lord of the Rings new show, Rings of Power.
Oh,
My fault. Yeah, I just summed it down. Yeah, he's one of the main characters, the black guy.
yeah, Aaron Pierre. That's his name.
Aaron Pierre.
That's the actor's name.
Yeah,
And-
he plays in the Rings of Powers. He's one of the main characters, if not the main character.
Yeah, and here he plays as Jon Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Well, Kyle Chandler, he was in Remember the Titans and other movies and shows. He plays Hal Jordan. He's supposed to be Hal Jordan.
Like an older version of Hal.
Hmm.
Yeah, I actually like him as a character. I'm not as a character. I liked him as an actor. I like a lot of the movies that he's in. I like his like how he portrays characters. So I'm not mad at his him as a casting.
With all due respect, we've been training for what, 2 months? And I haven't even worn the ring yet.
Don't get hung up on the jewelry, Junior. You're just a fucking substitute teacher. You're not ready to get up in front of the class till the ring says you are. All right.
I could have died.
You want me to train you? I'm training you.
That's already a problem right there. Because, like right there, and then, HBO, like right here. Like the whole tagline just doesn't make sense.
Only one can wear the ring,
Yeah.
and it's one dude giving it to another dude.
Yeah, because the ring goes to multiple people. And both Hal and John are fighting for the right to have it, even though it doesn't work that way. The ring chooses you.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. Because the ring will choose you based on how much willpower you have.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
enough
that
for
from
you
the
to earn it.
movie.
It's not like a fight between like two people to find out who's the most worthy of the ring. So I thought that was pretty ridiculous.
All right.
I could have died.
You want me to train you? I'm training you.
Something is off here. I can feel it.
This is my town. You're a big shot. Noted. But stay the fuck out of my way.
Think she hates your guts.
It's the way she hates him. This is a stupid plan.
Not that stupid.
That I don't doubt. The Green Lantern.
And then, of course, you have the brown suit, which is not even green. Like no hint. There's no brown lanterns. Which is pretty stupid. I can understand if it's like rotted out or eroded and stuff from something, but it would not be that dark. And this whole them trying to be detectives just really doesn't make sense at all.
This is a stupid
I
plan.
know.
Not that stupid.
That I don't doubt. The Green Lantern.
Also, there's been like 2 different iterations with the suit of how it works, which at first it was a separate costume, like I think Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern, I think he's worn it as an original suit as it's separate, but later on it becomes like the suit is part of the ring itself, its power. So them just having it go back to basics seems a little bit off, even though more of the later iterations, the suit comes from the ring itself, which is, I think, is pretty odd.
Lantern's oath is to protect people. And we both know I do a better job of this than you.
This is my job. As long as I'm alive, that ain't changing. So take a deep breath, Junior.
You're old. You're tired. And your time is up.
I don't understand. Who are you exactly?
Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Have you ever talked with the other lanterns?
I'm the only human. They're aliens.
I'm the only human. They're aliens.
Which is completely wrong, also. Because in the Superman movie, Guy Lantern is actually introduced, which is like one of the hothead Green Lanterns.
Mhm.
He's like always aggressive and always acting like a douchebag. And Chip is an actual squirrel Green Lantern, and him and Hal are actually like really good friends. And then the whole chemistry dynamic between Hal and John, like, it's completely different because they're not like always bickering at each other, saying who's better than each other.
Yeah, but when you throw into the dynamic that Hal is older now and he's like almost timing out, he's really trying to, he's not even so much fighting for his job or his, like his position as much as he's fighting against being old. He's fighting against aging out, so I don't think
You wouldn't
his
say that I'm better than you at everything, though.
well, yeah, but that's what that it would come to that because he's an old man looking at a young guy who's potentially going to take away from him, and he wants to prove that he's still worthy. I don't think it's so much that he's not bickering because he thinks that the dude's better or he thinks he's better than him. He's trying to build himself up because he already feels torn down from being an old man, and so I think that's where that dynamic comes in. It's like now the younger guy.
That's supposed to be Jon Stewart.
Yeah, Jon Stewart. He's coming at it with like a, like he has to deal with the cranky old man that just wants his job, and so I call it a job, but you know what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, who wants his position, you know what I'm saying? So it makes sense why they would be bickering. Now in the comics, they're not fighting each other, or not fighting. They're not against each other.
Yeah.
They're working together. In this, they're working together with the intention of one of them continuing to be or to get to be the next Green Lantern or whatever for Earth. So it does make sense, the dynamic of why they would be fighting. Is it accurate to the comics? No. But does it make sense for the sake of the show? Yes. You can't think about it too much to do with the comics. You do have to give it its time for what it is. Like give its props for what it is. I mean, even if it's not biblically accurate, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's my take on it.
One of them's a fucking squirrel.
Oh,
So who's
then-
buying the HBO Max plan so we can watch it?
Yeah, I'll watch it, and then we can do a video on it.
Yeah, we can each week we can do a segment on or like just like a quick segment of what we thought. We just can't give too much away, you know. Just kind of like speak about our thoughts of each thing without giving like any spoilers or anything.
And then they later on changed it because they removed the tagline because it got so much backlash.
Well, only one can
Yeah,
whatever.
and then you just do the Beware My Light Green Lantern.
Well, at least they're that's a step in the right
direction,
direction, I guess. Is the fact they're actually taking people's suggestions to heart. Like you can't go and reshoot the whole fucking show just because
Yeah.
people don't like it. Obviously, that's where the you know, if the ratings are good enough, then they just come out with another season. But when it comes down to like the minor things that they can change, at least they're taking our like as viewers, they're taking our you know, our feelings to consideration. And,
Feedback.
you know what?
Feedback.
Yeah, they're taking the feedback, our feelings. You know, they're taking that to consideration and using that to, you know what I'm saying. So at least they're doing that much. You know, you can't get everything you want, but you know, at least that's kind of cool in my opinion.
Yeah. This is actually like a better shot of the show because they really didn't like. There was like one shot in the teaser where John was actually holding a lantern. He's like in some type of room.
I think it's
Oh yeah,
way
that's
after.
supposed to be Atrocitus apparently. Which he's like a huge big guy monster from he's in the Red Lanterns.
Yeah,
And it might be
it's in the back.
Huh?
It's near the end.
Oh, okay.
Not that far here.
Yeah, hold on.
Yep, right
Yeah,
there.
right there. Now, I don't have a problem with that, but it is a bit like doesn't look like an actual lantern. And it's a bit dark. Like I know like when it's out of power, it has no lights or anything. And you have in order to activate it, you have to actually say the phrase of like it's in the book. But like beware my power, Green Lantern's light, which is one of the taglines that they updated.
That should have been the line for the movie.
Yeah.
Like on the actual. There it is.
I mean, they might say it in the show.
Yeah, but that should have been the actual
Yeah.
tagline for the freaking not one ring to rule them all or whatever. Like freaking. That's such an awesome picture.
Yeah, I was like that big. You know, it doesn't have to be that big, but
It's not even the same shape or anything. This looks like a traditional lantern. This one does not.
yeah, like that. Yeah, there we go. Damn light. Yeah, that's an actual lantern right there. And then Green Arrow actually like remembers the phrase, and then Hal like never forgets it.
Zoe.
I think he said it when he like gets the spell broken from Parallax. So I think him or something like that. And that's Kilowog right there. Kilowog, John Stewart, Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner.
Kilowog's probably my favorite.
Yeah, and Kyle Rayner. That's one of the OA members right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's Guy Gardner. Oh.
Zoe.
Oh, yep. In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape our sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware our power. Green Lantern's light. And then that's basically what you have to do to activate the lantern. That's how you recharge its power. But yeah. It's okay.
I bet you in that scene he probably says that.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
And
I
of
bet
how
you
it
does.
gets lit up. Like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the only way it would like light up is if you actually say the phrase.
It's like the genie in a bottle, you know. Instead of rubbing it, you just have to say the phrase and it lights up.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's see.
Oh yeah. There's another trailer that we were gonna look at.
Yeah, Clayface.
Yeah, Clayface. Now that one I haven't seen anything of. I'm not even sure what Clayface is, to be honest with you. So
He's a
well, I want to see it.
Batman villain.
Okay.
But they're doing it in like the Joker because it's gonna be its own thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this I've never even heard of Clayface personally. So this is going to be an initial reaction of it like of a character, period.
Yeah.
Like my first reaction to a character. So.
I mean, from the teaser, they really got his origins right.
That's good.
It's like the only thing they actually got right, and it's not by James Gunn.
Which apparently is probably a good thing.
Yeah. I'm not sure who the director of this one is. It's coming out this October.
This is a movie?
Yeah. James Watkins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's usually like a low tier Batman villain. He's not really used very much, but in the comics he's used a little bit more. Like in Hush, he's used in there, but he's taken the disguise of someone else because it's actually under the scarecrow toxin, and Clayface takes the disguise of Jason Todd to try and scare and put fear into Batman. Because Batman knows that he's failed Jason Todd because he becomes the Red Hood, and he's out like killing criminals and stuff. And then Jason Todd dies, like as a child by the Joker, and so he got resurrected in the Lazarus Pit, which was by Ra's al Ghul. And once you like go into the Lazarus Pit, it like completely changes your like whole personality. So he knows that Bruce knows that he's failed him, and why Scarecrow, why Clayface would turn into Jason Todd because it knows that that's one of Bruce Wayne's failures. And Clayface is like an actor that got wronged by some type of scientist experiment, and there's like some type of cream or like some type of juice that will like
Like
that
keep you from aging, kind of thing.
yeah
If just thinking about it from being a actor's perspective,
yeah
some kind of serum or something that he
Mhm.
used on his face to keep him from aging, and it ends up
Yeah.
fucking his face up.
and so he's out like trying to get revenge and stuff like that.
It's pretty hot.
I'd say it's pretty hot. Yeah, and then yeah, go from there. Do like play some slow a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what he looks like originally. And there's some brief shots of what of his origin. His actor. Yeah, like that.
Somebody cut him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cut you like a fish.
Yeah, someone like doing wrong to him. And that's like probably before the experiment stuff. Yeah, and one of the shots right there of him like of his face just
He's wearing a mask
drooping.
to cover his face.
No, that's part of his face. That's the clay just running down.
Taylor, you can see the sides that are holding a mask on. Those little latches. He's wearing a mask. That's him wearing a mask to cover up what they did to his face. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. Look, you can see the little bands that are holding the mask on. Yeah, that's not his face. It shows he can do that to his face, but no, he's wearing a mask to cover up. I bet you what I bet you is what happened is he got attacked, being like a little pretty boy and shit. He probably got attacked, and then once he got attacked, he wanted to do everything that he could to make his face look pretty again because of the pretty boy. And
Well, because he's an actor.
well, that's what I'm saying. So before he got his face fixed, he was probably wearing that mask to cover up the cuts and stuff because he's so vain as an actor
Yeah.
that he didn't want people seeing the cuts, and like he probably hated how he looked. He didn't want other people seeing him like that. So he put on that little mask, and then that's when he gets introduced to somebody who could give him the serums to try to get rid of that and make him like
Yeah.
give him his former beauty back or whatever. And then that's when he becomes
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool shot.
right there. I don't know if he's like working there or anything yet though.
Mm-hmm.
Some type of circus. And plus he can like turn into like many different forms also.
That's what when you told me Clayface, I was thinking that he could take different forms, like
Yeah.
like make his face into other people's faces type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that much.
And, like,
That's a
one
cool
more
shot.
thing of himself. Oh yeah, he's able to make
shit.
weapons.
Kind of like Sandman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That's a good comparison. Kind of.
Well, yeah. I
But-
mean, it's not
but
the
they're
same,
like
but
they have very similar power sets. Like one is sand and one is clay.
yeah. But Sandman can't turn himself into other people. Like can't.
Same
but
is
it's-
same is more of a criminal.
Yeah, and this dude is just trying to get back at who screwed him over.
Yeah.
Which is typical for Batman arc villains.
Yeah.
Like the villains are mostly just pretty much pissed off dudes that are trying to get back at the people who pissed him off.
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze getting back at the people who froze his, or who killed his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Ivy's pissed off at the people who poisoned her and tried to kill her.
Well, trying to like damage the environment.
Yeah,
also.
but they were trying to damage the environment.
She's an eco-terrorist.
Yeah, but it's all based on somebody screwed them over, and now they're trying to get back at them. And Batman just so happens to become one of their main enemies because he's the only one worth any salt to try to stop them. So,
Yeah.
but it's kind of similar, like a similar villain arc for DC kind of.
Mm-hmm. Except for the Joker, he's his own type of thing. He wasn't wronged by anybody though.
He wronged himself, which is why he's so mad.
Yeah.
That's probably a cool shot.
Yeah.
That's probably the coolest shot because it shows what he can do.
Yeah.
Like it shows how it works. It's kind of cool. This looks like it's gonna be. I want to see this in theaters. That's not. I mean, that's something I would watch on the TV, but I want to see that in theaters. I feel like you'll get more of a like a.
Well, it's gonna be in October, so it'd be like perfect Halloween.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! Especially like people like you change who you are for Halloween kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, there is a Batman animated series episode called Feats of Clay where it introduces Clayface, and he like tries to take on the forms of many different actors just so he can get that one special role to make him recognized. And then there's a comic called Clayface One Bad Day, where he basically does the same thing except he kills people whenever he doesn't get the part, and tries to take form of those actors that were right for the part. Yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah.
And then was there any more? I feel like we talked about another one.
Yeah, Supergirl.
Oh, that's right. Super bitch. I meant Supergirl.
I mean, I wasn't really a fan of her anyway.
Yeah.
But she has like her own controversies that we'll get into.
But I bet you she'll pull a lot of women into it though.
Yeah,
because there's not a lot of women that really like. I mean, there is, but in the grand scheme of things, it's mostly just dudes who like to fan out about, not anime characters, but comic characters and stuff like hero type characters. And I feel like this is just a way to like kind of bring in the women. I feel like they tried to do that with was it Guardians of the Galaxy? They tried to make that for everybody instead of just like men, you know what I'm saying? Because you look at Thor, you look at Superman, you look at, stuff like that. Now, Spider-Man, he was Superman was well received by women. I think, especially when they started using, not Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire, but the Andrew, what's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield. When they used him, I think that helped bring in a lot of women too, into like that space. But I think that Supergirl is like another like reach out to try to grab a new fan base.
Yeah.
Which would be like teens, like younger 20s kind of women. I feel like that. But let's run it back and let's. This I've never seen this, so you'll get a brand new reaction from this as well.
This is like their newest trailer.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. I didn't even know they were coming out with a new trailer. So.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you
Sounds
think
like
you.
I was just touching.
And introduce and this had like multiple reshoots like from the screenings, so they added some stuff in due to the feedback from the film screenings.
Okay, so they actually took some criticism and did what they could with it instead of just putting out a mediocre shit trying to pull in money. That's good.
Hey! I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah, because I think people because Superman wasn't originally supposed to appear in this, so they added that scene.
Okay, just kind of pull you into the world, kind of thing.
Yeah, because Superman 2025, Supergirl was revealed at the end of the movie that she was like all drunk and stuff, and they changed it to where Crypto is Supergirl's dog instead of Superman's. Which is
Okay,
weird,
yeah, I
but-
saw him flying through space and shit.
Yeah, because Supergirl Kara, she actually has her own pet, which was named Streaky. She is a cat. And so they changed it for some reason, which I know why they changed it, because the dog playing Crypto is actually modeled after James Gunn's real dog.
Way to throw your own shit in there, bro.
the thing, Clark. I have no people. Oh, miss wherever you are, buddy. Crypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But look,
That's supposed to be the main villain, which is named Krim, but she looks completely different from the comic. Because in the comic, he just looks like a normal guy. Even like the actor looks exactly more to the comic than what James Gunn did. Like he's not wearing all that armor stuff.
most by definition runs out. What can I do?
That pissed me off.
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what James Gunn is supposed to do, because they're trying to pull the whole Grogu Grogu effect, where they try and get people's attention from like the younger audiences to like have an animal there for you to care about and get you more engaged, even though like in the other or the original comic or whatever, it wasn't focused on that at all, so they added that in there.
You know who else did that? Hitler.
What?
Yeah, he used to make the soldiers get really close with a dog, and then after they did all their training with the dog, they had to kill it so that they could show their mercilessness. Yeah. Anyway, but
Yeah. Even though the whole story is basically focused on her, which her name is it's like Ruthie or something like that. The whole thing about the comic is that it's supposed to be like kind of like True Grit, where like a girl that needs help from like a more experienced type of hero or bounty hunter. In this case, the girl Ruthie, she turns to Supergirl to get help to avenge or have revenge against someone.
okay.
He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
Now they changed it to where it's actually all about Crypto. It's he was shot with some type of poison dart, and so they have what she just said. They have 3 days in order to save Crypto to get the antidote. So instead of it being about Ruthie and her like getting help from Supergirl about getting revenge about what Ruthie has gone through, it's now story went all over to be all about Crypto now.
Well, the one thing I can say, if it's mostly about the dog, they did a shit job on the animation of that dog. That dog looks horrendously fake.
It's the crime of the Yellow Hills. Who murdered my innocent family.
Yeah, that's supposed to be Krim right there.
And if there's another, this one's not a gripe on the movie. This is just a gripe up for the actual trailer itself.
Who murdered my
One of the
innocent
parts where the music is,
family.
you can't really understand what they're saying. You know, like there's a balance that you have, and like at the beginning when it starts playing that old school bluesy song, or like that old school like oldies kind of song, you it overpowers what the like that's supposed to be an undertone, and then
Yeah.
you hear what they're saying, not it's all music and you barely hear what they're saying. So if I can already critique that, but that's just has to do with the making of the actual
Well, that's
trailer.
because James Gunn wanted it that way. Because he did Guardians of the Galaxy very similar to it, like how it be focused all about like what the heroes are listening to, because it's
Well, that's
all
fine.
tied to James Gunn's taste in music. Even though
Dude,
it doesn't
he seems
really
like a
fit the
freaking
character.
narcissist.
He is.
Yeah, he seems like a straight up narcissist. Dude wants everything to be about him.
I think even in the one of the animated shows he did Creature Commandos, and he actually like inserted himself into the credits as like a animated character.
Wow.
So he's very.
Maybe I'll pirate this movie instead so he doesn't make money off of it. I'm just playing. Don't quote me on that.
And like how Krillin looking like this, he's actually supposed to look exactly like that, but with red hair.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he did that because Guardians of the Galaxy had like different looking alien type of villains.
So he wanted to bring that his, you know.
Yeah, he wanted to bring that Guardians tone to Supergirl, even though James Gunn just explained that he wanted Supergirl to be just like Guardians of the Galaxy, like tone wise, even though it makes no sense.
Well, so
to,
fitting a
movie and
narcissistic
comic.
style, I bet you he's probably messing with that with the makeup person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He probably had to give her extra work, and because so that's probably why he did that shit.
Yeah.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
And then you have Lobo.
Momoa.
Yep. Which people have been like fan casting for Momoa to being Lobo, even though he was just Aquaman.
I just learned an interesting fact about him the other day.
What?
That his two kids, he was just recently married to Lenny Kravitz's ex-wife, the mother of Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
That's his baby mama too. He's got two kids with her.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I just realized that yesterday. I was watching a show from the 80s called A Different World, which is a kind of women's show,
Yeah.
which I didn't know that at first, but the main character in that show is her.
Oh.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz's first wife that they had Zoe Kravitz with, and that's his baby mama also. Sorry, a little off topic.
Hurting my head.
So I think this part, I think it's supposed to be either in her home world, or I kind of want to say the mascara, because there is a movie and comic to where like in order for Supergirl, like she'll have like a unstable control of her powers, and so Batman calls in Wonder Woman to take Supergirl.
I was just about to say, Demascara sounds like Wonder Woman's home,
It
like
is.
home planet. That's
Yeah, I'm
okay.
getting
That's what I
onto it,
thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Batman calls up Wonder Woman to try and take Kara and help Kara control her powers and train her on Paradise Island or Themyscira, which is the same place.
Oh, okay.
And Supergirl gets like all pissed off, which Superman does too, because Wonder Woman just comes up out of blue without even knowing it. So, and Batman just didn't tell them, but yeah.
What a dick.
It's Argos. I think it's called Argos City, which is where she's from.
Oh, okay.
Like she's still from Krypton. It's just that I think Argos is like another planet near Krypton, and her as a which she was a baby See, her shuttle actually gets stopped and sucked into the Phantom Zone,
Oh shit.
which stops her aging, and so she'll come back like looking younger than Clark usually is,
Oh shit.
because she was like stuck in time, and so she tries to figure out who she is.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, huh? A lot of suffering.
There's no home without you, buddy.
Supposed to be a puppy either. It's supposed to be like a full-grown Labrador, white lab.
James Gunn slipping
Yep.
there.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
It's not great, but I'd see it.
I mean,
When did it come
I
out?
wouldn't say it's bad though.
No, I mean there's a few things that are kind of. I mean, I'm not even thinking about the things that they didn't get right from the comic standpoint.
Mhm.
I'm talking about purely cinematography, like cinematically. It really doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks like a decent movie that I would actually not mind watching. I'd give an hour and a half to it. I'm just playing. But no, it looks like a decent movie. You know, even though Momoa is a shit actor, I do like him in the movies that he's in. So
Yeah, I thought Aquaman, the first one, was pretty good.
yeah, I mean he did okay. He actually did a pretty decent job acting as Aquaman, but I think most of the time he just plays himself,
Yeah.
and so that's why I don't really like. I'm not gonna say I don't respect him as an actor. I do respect him as an actor, but at the same time, he's just not very. He didn't have a wide, like a wide acting range. You know what I mean? He's a very narrow acting range, which is kind of just playing like a goofy version of himself.
Yeah.
So, but aside from that, I mean, I do like him as an actor, so that'll help.
And there's this one thing I'm trying to find that also got this also, which is that James Gunn has confirmed that Superman Man of Tomorrow is the Superman sequel, and they added more characters, as if there weren't more enough that Superman from 2025 was already had enough of. He's adding more of it, like of course you got Superman, the main character, Corn Sweat, and
Corn Sweat.
Yeah, that's what it says.
That's awesome.
Or Corin Sweat. I think they spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
And of course, Luthor, Lane, Lois, and then a new one, Brainiac, which is actually like a really good and powerful villain. And then Maxima, which is like a very like powerful like woman from like another world. She I saw one of the animated series episode where like she has a thing for Superman because she's like he's like so dominant and all powerful and stuff, and that's exactly like her taste, and she's
She
more
wants to
the,
be ravaged.
She's more like the controlling dominant type, and so she wants to take control of like Superman's strength and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and of course you got Guy Gardner again,
Mm-hmm.
and then New Edition, which we just saw Aaron Pierre as John Stewart.
Yeah.
And then you have the engineer who's part of the Authority, which is another obscure group of characters, which James Gunn has canceled the film of. Which he didn't say he canceled it. He just said that like it's a long way of development. And she's like basically a villain in the Superman movie that works with Lex Luthor, which Lex already has a bodyguard, which was the name of Mercy, who's actually in that Superman comic that I got. And you have Eve Taskmaster, which I'm not sure who that is yet. Of course, you got Rick Flag, which was in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And you have Andre Royo, which I'm not sure who that is yet.
Well, it's
and
undisclosed, so
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard, no shit.
Yeah.
I do like him as an actor also.
Yeah, he was in Scooby-Doo, and
Mhm.
James Gunn was by Scooby-Doo. I mean,
Scooby-Doo was by James Gunn?
no, James Gunn did Scooby-Doo. I think he did the first and second one.
Oh, I didn't know that. I actually liked those movies. I grew up watching those movies.
Yeah.
Those were my favorite movies when I was a kid.
Yeah, he played Shaggy.
Yeah.
McLuhan.
Yep. He played in 13 Ghosts. He
Yeah.
played in Without a Paddle. He played in a lot of good shit.
Yeah, he did.
He plays a punk in one of the older movies I can't remember the name of. I watched not too long
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, he does a lot of good shit. He's a great. I like him as an actor.
I've been Hackers that he played a punk in, or something else.
No, I don't know if it was Hackers or something else.
Yeah, more side characters. You know, this one is supposed to be, looks like Superman and Lex Luthor are like teaming up together to fight Brainiac. Which,
want to see Brainiac.
Yeah, Brainiac is a really powerful villain,
Yeah.
which in the comic it looks like is leading up to that.
Sweet.
That he's going to be the next villain. I have no problem with Brainiac, but having Lex and Superman just a team up together just really doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, if they make it work, they make it work, though.
Yeah, and
Can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Oh, look at that. Matthew Lillard.
there's another thing. It's about like the showrunner's thoughts on Lanterns. Oh, right here. Chris Mundy responds to Backlash. Oh, here we go. It was less challenging than it was exciting. Our take was that we have this incredibly rich mythology within the Green Lantern, which y'all do, and y'all decided to go away from it. And we had this incredibly rich history of Sunday night HBO shows. Everything from The Sopranos to Game of Thrones in between. Fun of it was to try and create a real layered drama that dealt with who these characters are as human beings while still staying true to the spirit of what makes the comics so special,
Which you went completely away from.
yeah, which is I call BS on that. We wanted it to be accessible for anyone who doesn't know the canon, but at the same time satisfying for people who know the lore and a minute detail. So yes, it was challenging, but only in the way that most fun things are. Seeing other DC fans declare Doom based on it convinces me it will be worth watching because dramatic DC fans are historically not aligned with my taste. Which,
Well, that shows.
yeah, I call him BS on that.
Well, yeah, he's got to talk shit. He made the shit. You know, he helped make
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? He can't trash his own thing or nobody's going to want to watch it.
Well, of course he's not gonna trash on his own thing.
Exactly. So, I
But
mean,
like attacking the fans though, because they don't agree with his vision of the show.
Yeah. Oh, well, the fans have a different taste, and well, then fucking make something for the fans. Don't make
Yeah.
it for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you can make it for yourself and make it for the fans also, but you choose to just do it your own way, which to me is bogus.
Which I was also gonna say that we already have like a lot of these grounded takes of these superheroes already.
Yeah, bring it back to fucking like something different. If you want to make something that works, make something different.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't have any shows that are like the Guardians where it's out in space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have a lot of shows like that. There's a few of them, you know, like the Star Treks and stuff like that, but there's no like superhero style shows where they're out in space. Dude, Green Lantern could have been awesome if it was based on actually Green Lantern and being out in space and doing what they do in the fucking comics. You know, stop keeping it grounded. Everything's grounded nowadays. Stop grounding everything. Make it fucking crazy. You know, make it like out of this world. You know, we have all this AI technology and shit that you can use to make the graphics actually decent and still make it relatable, you know, instead of just butchering everything. You know what I mean? Like, graphics these days can get great. If you can make me look like I just blew up my truck on my cell phone, what do you think you can do with $1 million worth of products that are gonna like programs and shit that can, you know, like, they have the means to do it. They want to just play it safe. Stop fucking playing it safe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, take a risk, but a good risk though. There's a difference. You know, don't just destroy.
That's the problem with the creators, because is that they don't want to take a risk.
Yeah.
They always want to play the easy way out.
And when they do take a risk, they do it the wrong way. You know,
Mm-hmm.
It's like either just jump straight into the pool or just don't jump, like, don't swim. You know what I'm saying? Like, either keep it how it's been doing and just get mad that everybody fucking hates it, or just jump fucking, you know, head first. Don't dip your little toes in there and shit and be like, oh, it's too cold, and then kind of try to pull back off of it. You know, like, fucking do it or don't, you know. And right now it seems like a lot of people aren't. So just, we need somebody who's got some fucking balls in the industry that's gonna do some, like, real, like a real take of some real freaking like, that's actually somewhat accurate and blows it out of the world, literally, like, takes it out of here. So
Yeah. So I want to highlight this quote at the end. We wanted it to be accessible for anyone who doesn't know the canon, but at the same time satisfying for people who know the lore in minute detail. Which I call a little bit BS on that, is because, like, one quick, like, research on, like, either Google or, like, a YouTube short, and you can be automatically caught up with, like, the Green Lantern universe. Like, it does not take that long just to get caught up.
literally the first movie shows you exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
The first movie even brings it to space, brings them back to where the lanterns are, you know, like, it brings it to their, like, to them, you know, and shows, like, what they are and what they do, and then brings it back to Earth. You're not doing anything special by bringing it back to Earth. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what's already been done. In fact, you're doing it less than what's been done, because what's already been done actually showed us what was really going on in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep talking about it all day. I'm gonna just shut
I would
up.
also say that, like, Jeff Johns' version, like Green Lantern Rebirth, would be like a perfect starting point, because you don't have to go through all different types of versions of Green Lantern and the whole issues and stuff, which this just has like 6 issues combined in one, and it'll already get you all caught up about Hal Jordan and John Stewart and Guy and Kyle Rayner and stuff like that. Which this story just mainly focuses on Hal and his redemption arc. But yeah, I would just say just go to the Rebirth series and you're all caught up right there. And there's really not that many books either.
Well, all I can say is if they do end up doing a good job, or like if they do pull in the audience that they're looking for, which I'll be surprised if they do, if they pull in enough to greenlight another season, then at the most they can start into, like, you know, he's already talking about it. You want to keep it grounded for the people who don't know anything about this world. Okay, look, you got the first season to bring people into it so that they kind of understand what's going on, but then you, on the subsequent seasons, you can make it more so like, kind of more and more out there, if that makes sense. You know, like, bring it to the outer space aspects of it, you know, especially if you're doing good with it. You're going to be making more money, you'll have more production money, and if it does well, don't just be like, oh, well, it did well, let's do another season of the same shit on Earth. Nah, bring it outside of the Earth, you know, bring it to its natural habitat of the actual comics, you know.
Yeah, there is a I think it might have been this one. The star. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I don't know about that title right there. It's just pretty stupid. Just making her look bad. Millie Alcock, or however you want to say her last name, did a interview. It's I think Variety, but this one is on the Hollywood Reporter. Alcock is getting kind of ironic backlash for pointing out that young women in franchise projects get backlash, which is irrelevant and BS. Rachel Zegler, Sydney Sweeney, Jenna Ortega, Melissa Barrera, and Bella Ramsey probably no. It's of how they portray themselves. Because they're just like they always get bad PR people that work with these actors or actors and actresses. Supergirl star Millie Alcock gave an interview to Vanity Fair. At first glance, actress played few things safe that, if anything, feels for the interviewer. Quote from Alcock: "She's not trying to save the world; she's just trying to save her own. Film is an excellent reminder that the world can be crumbling around you. You can be here of your own story." Which sounds like a studio VR talking point charged by ChatGPT. She handled being asked if she had spoken to other actresses who had played Supergirl, such as Melissa Benoist, which was the CW's version of Supergirl.
Okay, yeah, she's kind of hot actually.
Yeah, I thought she was like a pretty kind of the perfect Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Except I think they made the show very similar to Clark Kent and Superman, how they're like both journalists.
Well, they literally just turned Superman into a chick.
Yeah, basically.
It's not like they just went pretty much off. They changed a little bit to try to not make it so like kind of deceive you a little bit, but it's literally just a female version of Superman to appeal for the women and appeal to the dudes that think women are hot.
Yeah,
which is only half the world at this point. But yeah, no, I don't know.
And then the Sasha Calle, her version was that she was in the Flash. She was like she didn't look anything like Supergirl. Like she probably had the suit, but her hair was like really a black hair, but like really short. She was like a version of Supergirl that was experimented on, which was actually a Power Girl.
I think this chick right here fits what they wanted to do with the movie, if that makes sense. They if they were using the original, like the chick who's playing Supergirl in the show, right?
Yeah.
If they used her, it wouldn't have fit as well. Like like she's more like the straight edge kind of girl. And then if you did use her, you would have had to change the whole story. You know what I mean? Like the story wouldn't have been the same. You know? Oh yeah. Yeah, that don't even look like Supergirl.
Yeah.
At all.
That's not Supergirl at all. That's from the Flash version, where she's like all experimented on, and she was
yeah, she sure looks like they experimented on their own shit.
I say she looks a little bit like how like Power Girl used to be, except she have like blonde short hair and a white suit, but without the S on it. And Power Girl is actually like another Earth version of Supergirl, but a more grown up version.
She reminds me of the Michelle something, the chick that played Vin Diesel's girlfriend, Toretto's girlfriend. And,
Letty.
Yeah, Letty. She looks like Letty, like a younger version of Letty.
Yeah, this is Power Girl right here.
Power Girl can get this power. No, she's
yeah, she's a more mature version of it.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty mature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like it's just all pictures of her tits.
Yeah.
She's really busting crime, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel like that's what they're trying to go for in the Flash version, but more tragic and type of hero. because she is experimented on and stuff.
She don't look like she's had a very tragic life.
In the animated series, Justice League Unlimited, she was actually supposed to be a clone of Supergirl, and that got experimented on to be more powerful.
Was experimenting with implants and shit.
I forgot the doctor's name that experimented on her. But yeah, just people in their lives. Not like we have this blood bond. There's some other ones. Definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman. This is existing as a woman in that space is something that people comment on. We have become very comfortable with having this weird ownership of women's bodies, okay?
Bro, that has nothing to do with it.
I can't really stop them. I can only be myself.
That sounds like a feminist who's pissed off that she didn't get the part.
Yeah. Response mainly only corners has been if the actress went on a militant feminist rant, slamming all male fans and threw a massive pity party for herself. Alcock signaled to everyone that this film is going to be garbage. If anyone had any doubt, she has dispelled them. The movie isn't out yet, and you're already a victim of nothing happening to you, which is true. Nothing has happened to her. And they know their movie's gonna suck. We know they'll blame men, as always. She's Rachel Zeglering the film, and in a response to a tweet pleading with fans to stop mocking Alcock's looks, it's facing ridicule because she's preemptively attacked the fans. Deserves the bullying, which she doesn't deserve the bullying though. Yeah, that's basically. Oh, here we go. Other counter that some female action icons in the past have universal acceptance. Yeah, like Sigourney Weaver in Aliens, Linda Hamilton, Terminator 2. But it's rather easy to cite legendary performances from decades ago and say, look at how accepting we are. It's true that the quality of Supergirl and Alcock's performance will determine its legacy more than anything else, but Alcock was mainly talking about the downside of her experience on House of the Dragon, which I've heard she did a really good job.
Yeah, people love her in that.
Yeah. Where her performance and first season were acclaimed, yet she still endured plenty of trolling.
Well, yeah, but every fucking actor is gonna get trolled.
Yeah.
Every one of them. If you're the main person of a show, and a lot of people attribute their feelings for the past. So anybody who really loved Game of Thrones, this is just an example, but anybody who loved Game of Thrones and hates fucking House of Dragon, which admittedly I really liked Game of Thrones, and I couldn't get, I'm not to say it was a bad show, I just couldn't really, it didn't grab me, the House of Dragon. I watched it right after I finished Game of Thrones. I was like, dude, I want this to continue. So I went to watch House of Dragon, and it just didn't grip me that way. But it has nothing to do with the actors. It has nothing to. It was just the story itself. But a lot of people who were big fans of Game of Thrones that were not great fans of House of Dragon, they're gonna shit on the actors, and that's where I think she gets her hate from. So people saying that it's because she's a chick or because of this or because of that, fuck all that.
Yeah.
The reason that she got shit on for that show is because the people that really liked the first show, that, you know, like the Game of Thrones, shit on anybody that they can shit on in the new series because it didn't live up to their standards. So that's why I hate journalists, man. They trivialize everything and narrow mind everything and make everything seem like it's something that it's not, just for the sake of a fucking blog post that they get paid for. You know, which is really why I hate reading. I read comments of what people like us have to say, but journalists, you can go suck a fat one. In the words of that little boy from fucking Stranger Things, suck a fat one. You know, yeah, no, I'm not with
Derek.
that shit. Yeah, Derek.
Dipshit Derek is what they call him.
Well, I'll be dipshit and call me Derek because you can go suck a fat one.
And franchise roles tend to receive outside. No, that's bullshit. Tend to defend Barrera or Zegler's controversial comments. Remarks were newsworthy and tactically unwise. Just true. Same goes for Wednesday star Jenna Ortega's comments about her Netflix hits. Writers become a major controversy while she was promoting first season.
Don't even start me with that Bella Ramsey bullshit.
Oh yeah.
She has a reason to be hated.
Yeah, she didn't look the part for one, and she acted completely off to what the game actually.
Yeah,
did.
they used her personal life to turn it into a fucking look at me bullshit for the show. So I don't have anything against the girl. You know, hey, you live your truth, but at the same time, they used her personal life to mingle it into their views about the world in the show, and that don't stand with a lot of people. You know, like the show was based off, like they tried to make the chick based off of her, and she should have been based on the, you know what I'm saying, she should be making the show based on the show. She should be making the character based on the game and the way that the show had it, not her own personal fucking views, which is bullshit. It's called separation of church and state. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly, but it's kind of that same thing, like checks and balances, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know, like personal lives and professional lives should not intermingle like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like don't push your views down our throat just because, you know what I'm saying? Like don't make a character based on your own personal views. If you want to do that, go make your own fucking show. Make your own character for your own show. Don't use an existing character to push your own personal shit.
Yeah. And to come down to it, the whole point is that there have been, like, of course you're gonna get controversy and hate and stuff for like something, for like a actor that's been cast in something that you don't know if they're fit for the role yet. Just like just like the Batman actors and the Joker actors and stuff like that, they all got like shit on because they didn't know if they would do a good or bad job. And then when those movies came out, they turned out to prove themselves that they're actually worthy for that role, and they did a good job. And
wonder if Snape will do a good job, because he's definitely getting shit on, and nobody's even seen him act the part yet.
Yeah,
but that's not his fault. That's the
casting.
Yeah, that's the casting's fault. Because, again, bringing your own personal shit to work.
Yeah.
You know, people, well, that's not even so much personal. That's just the you know, stop bringing politics into fucking movies. If you want to make a political movie, make a fucking political, like Milk. The Milk, the
Sean
movie.
Gunn.
Yeah.
Not Sean Gunn, Sean Penn.
Yeah, Sean Penn, playing the gay senator or whatever the fuck he was. I don't know. I never watched that movie. But if you're going to make a political movie, make a political movie. If that's the route you want to go, don't put fucking politics into fucking superhero movies. It's not the place for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to use politics in a superhero movie, make it about the superhero movie. Like something like Batman. There's a lot of political shit in Batman. Like even in the comics and shit, it's very political. You know, like kind of like all the big wigs are shitheads, and all the like the smaller people are getting fucked over for it. So somebody has to step in and help the smaller people from the big wigs. Just like Daredevil, same thing. It's somewhat political. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the people who were big and taking over, like, you know, like shitting on the small, Kingpin
becoming a mayor.
Exactly, and shitting, you know, so in those places, yes, you know what I'm saying, but those are political views about the movie, not just some political view that they're just like, hey, throw this in, sprinkle this little shit in there because it's going on in the world right now. You know, they need to stop doing that shit.
Yeah, people had a problem with Michael Keaton because he was known for like comedy movies, just like he was in one called Mr. Mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so people had a problem him being Batman, which he's now, and for a while he's considered to be like one of the best
greatest Batmans.
Yeah, one of the best Batman characters or actors.
The same shit with
Heath Ledger as Joker. He because he was usually like more in the teenage romantic movies.
Yeah, like the kind of rom-com
Yeah.
style movies and shit. That was the same thing with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was he was playing in rom-com or like romantic movies back in the 80s, and then he started trying to get into comedy, and then out of nowhere somebody asked him, like somebody thought that he would be a decent fit for uh the one of the fucking biggest movie, the
Die Hard.
yeah, Die Hard.
John
And
McClane.
yeah, and no, everybody in the writing room was like, "Fuck no, we don't want him." You know, like all the executives, like, dude, he's a rom com guy, or like he's a remedial, like shitty little actor, and they're like, "Nah, come on, let's use him." And now he turned into an action star. You know what I'm saying? So using, putting people into like throwing somebody who's not usually into a genre into that genre can sometimes work.
Yeah.
But there's a graceful way to do it and there's a stupid way to do it. And the reason that people like movies are dying right now is because they're not doing it the right way.
Well, I would just say that the whole problem is with the actors. Basically, like, you have some actors that are like so entitled that they just make up some random stuff that would put bad reputation on the movie that you're about to star in. Just like with Rachel Zegler, that was last year with Snow White. She started saying like how she didn't like the original Snow White films. You know, she said, "Hey, what's up, Skullfire?" She said that like the original movie, like the whole concept were too outdated, and their prince was more like a stalker, which he wasn't. And how we need to remove away those tropes from the traditional of what the movie was trying to go for.
It's not even what the movie should go for. It's literally something that was written 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
the whole
longer.
core concept.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the concept of what they're making. If you don't like that shit, then don't be a part of the movie. Don't try to change the movie because your own personal shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be a part of it. Get somebody else to play that part. It's not that hard. If you don't agree with it, don't try to change it. Just fucking move on. Let somebody else do it. People are so entitled to think that they can just, oh yeah, everybody trying to make a stand nowadays. Nah, go suck a fat one.
How you doing today, Skullfire?
As you can tell,
we're in the spicy
yeah,
episode. This one.
I need to go take my blood pressure medication. I'm about to pop.
Yeah, so we talked about Lanterns already. We talked about Supergirl. Did Clayface.
Clay Aiken, what?
I said Clayface.
I know.
Alright, here we go. This is probably like the last one.
Yeah, I gotta go check on this beef jerky.
And then we'll talk briefly on Kevin Feige's decisions. And then that'll be it. Alright, let's just talk about real quick. Joe Russo, which is one of the Russo brothers that did the Marvel Avengers movies. He said that Peter Parker wasn't responsible for Uncle Ben's death in the MCU. If he blamed himself for Uncle Ben's death, I think he becomes a very different character, which makes no sense. That would have been a very different interpretation, a more intense interpretation of the character, which doesn't make any sense because the whole reason Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man is because he takes accountability in his own guilt that he's responsible for Uncle Ben's death, which is what made him take the responsibility and having him grow from what Uncle Ben has been through.
Yeah, that's what gave him the fire. That made him, like, that's what lit the fire under his ass and made him want to help people because he had somebody that got lost because of his, like, for something that he could have easily done to help,
Yeah. And if he blamed himself, yeah, already comes very different character. You mean Spider-Man, right here. If he blamed himself for his Uncle Ben's death, he becomes a different character.
That's literally the whole point.
You mean
of the
Spider-Man? Right there.
That's the whole point of the fucking thing. Is he blames himself for the shit.
Yeah.
People are really losing their grip on this shit.
Yeah, they are.
We need to get better writers, man.
There's also, I mean, this one is just easy, just like flip over because it's completely obvious. Let me go Google twice. Another bad decision that the Russo brothers and I think Kevin Feige has done.
My man, playing another man.
I'm a dude playing a dude besides another dude.
That's what it was. I was just showing Mom that the other day, and she had no clue that was fucking Robert. When I told her that was Robert Downey Jr., she's like, "What?" We had 300 years of oppression for you to call me that word. Don't you use that word with me, boy.
You better cross the fucking line.
What are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. announced as Marvel's Doctor Doom in Doomsday, which I thought was a completely dumb idea.
Well, yeah, you're taking a character that was already another character and turning him into, like, not a character. You're taking an actor. That's retarded. For lack of a better word. Sorry, guys.
Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige shocked the San Diego Comic-Con crowd. I think it was last year they did that. That RDJ rejoining MCU as Superman Victor Von Doom, Doctor Doom, shortly after confirming rumors that Joe and Anthony Russo will return to direct the next Avenger films. Feige teased that in order to do justice to the epic Secret War storyline, which I wonder which one they're going to do, because there's two versions of it. They needed to introduce one important character, and he then revealed the name of the next Avengers film, Avengers Doomsday, which was actually going to be focused on Kang the Conqueror, which because the actor was in court doing like all the allegations and stuff. They removed the actor and just changed it to Doomsday and focused on Doctor Doom instead. Avengers Doomsday and made the surprise casting announcement by bringing Robert Downey Jr. on stage wearing a suit, called Doom's signature green, prompting crowds to chant RDJ. Avengers Doomsday is scheduled for 2026, which the confirmed date is December 18th.
Oh, this year?
Mm-hmm. December 2026, and then Avengers Secret Wars in 2027.
Yeah, he wasn't tired. He wasn't gonna get rid of all that Avengers money, man.
Yeah, that's exactly
he realized he was missing out. He realized he was missing out on that damn Avengers check because they'd be making a lot of fucking a lot of money. And he was like, "Hey, come on, let's do something to bring me back in there."
I don't know why my audio seems to be low. Probably because I'm talking so low. I mean, you know how my voice is.
I ain't got no problems with that. I talk loud as shit.
Yeah. Which I think is a bad decision because the whole point, it just takes away from Avengers Endgame, which RDJ has played like Iron Man throughout that entire Infinity Saga, and he died as Iron Man, and then recently, in the other there's like CinemaCon, which just happened I think a month ago, where Kevin Feige said that Endgame is which Doomsday is going to take place right after Avengers Endgame, which kind of makes no sense because RDJ has already played as Iron Man and he died as Iron Man as that hero, and then you're gonna have him return.
We're just supposed to forget that it was the same actor.
Exactly.
Like, hey guys, let's just pretend he's in somebody else. Get fucked.
Now, what I'm curious about is that if since Dr. Doom usually wears his mask all the time, I wonder if he's gonna have his just keep his mask on. That way, it would be like at least some mystery, like have it not reveal Robert Downey Jr.'s face, which I highly doubt that they're gonna do that because
At the end, he's like, "It's me, motherfucker." You know, some shit. Nah, but we already know it's him, so it doesn't matter. You know, and I'm sure he's gonna talk. When he talks, we're gonna know it's there. There's no getting away from the fact that we know it's going to be Robert Downey Jr. whether he keeps a mask on or not. You know, we know it's him. It takes away from the movies, not so much just Endgame. It just takes away from, like, it does take away from that last scene. Like, it, you know, like it was a gripping scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Iron Man died. You know, a lot of people, I was like, what the nah, fuck out of here. You know, but nah, it's just it's not gonna, it doesn't look right, you know, and all just because he didn't want to miss out on that money. I'm sure that's what it was. He didn't want to miss out on that fucking Avengers money.
Yep.
And he's like, hey, just find another place for me to slip in here real quick, and it's just gonna it ruins it.
Well, it's gonna be the main villain now, so and
it's even more money for him.
Yeah.
So now he's gonna be the most paid. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna be the most paid superhero actor.
I wonder if all this shit was already planned. Like, if they're like, okay, look, let's just use his death to pull more people into buying it, because everybody's gonna want to be like, oh, we want to watch it. You know, we know he died. How did you know? And
well,
so,
like I said, it was supposed to be like the King Dynasty. After that, though, all those phases that they did, it's supposed to be focused on Kang. Like the whole multiverse stuff was because of Kang in the Loki series. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
That's where like it focuses on like the TVA, the time variable. Like I forgot. Here, let me see. They're like basically like time cops. They go like in time and try and fix a timeline.
damn it, that was my whole thing. You remember that?
Yeah.
What was it called? Agent Time or some shit like that, or Agent, I don't know, something like that. For those of you who don't know, I was trying to figure out my own little comic called Agent something. I can't remember what it was called. But it's about an agent who goes back in time and does all this shit and tries to stop things from happening.
The Time Variance Authority, or the TVA. Marvel is a bureaucratic cosmic organization that operates outside of time and space to monitor, regulate, and protect the stability of the multiverse. Originally, they enforced a secret timeline to prevent, prune, and eliminate alternate timelines. Loki series is revealed to be run by He Who Remains, which is Kang the Conqueror, who is like a Time Lord, basically an evil version of Doctor Who.
Wow, getting real adventurous, aren't we?
And all right, and then Kevin Feige, like his bad decision, which the whole all the phases that he was trying to do that failed, was he was trying to adapt all new, all different Avengers, which is like a comic series grouped basically on younger versions of legacy characters. Which, that's not it. Here we go. Stop. Which you have like Sam Wilson as Captain America. I want that. I'm not reading that. Zoom in. Alright, well. Anyway. Got a Vision. Which, I think that might be the original Vision, anyway. Female Thor, which is Jane Foster, which is Thor's Earth girlfriend.
How the hell is she Thor if she's a girl, or she's from Earth? They just throwing shit out here now.
Well, because the whole storyline is that she's dying of cancer, and that the only way to cure her is by having Mjolnir, Thor's hammer.
Yeah, Thor put that hammer in her, and she turned into a female Thor.
And then you got Kid Nova. And then you have Iron Man,
You mean Doom?
Huh? Yeah. And you have Miles Morales, which was created by Brian Michael Bendis. It is basically just a black Latino Spider-Man. Then you have Miss Marvel, which she's not really a successor to anyone. She is basically a original character that was part of the Inhumans, but they made her into a mutant for some reason. Then you have Sam Wilson as Captain America and
Captain America, Captain Black America,
Black America,
America, fuck yeah.
And yeah, the whole series just didn't sell well at all. Then you have what's her name?
Captain African America.
No,
I actually kind of like him as what? I kind of like him as Captain America. He does a pretty good job in the movies.
And then you have Riri Williams, which was supposed to be like the female successor to Iron Man, because in her comic, Iron Man died, and she used there was a hologram of Robert Downey Jr. of helping Riri like build like his armor, build her armor and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it didn't turn out so well. Especially the show version didn't turn out so well, and the comics didn't sell well either. But yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that didn't sell well, and that should be about it. So. So what do you think about all this?
Well, it's a shit show. I think the best thing to come out of all this is Clayface. That's the one thing that I'm excited to see. And then there's Supergirl, which I am kind of have the movie that I am not eager to see, but that I'm kind of excited for a little bit. Not excited for, but I wouldn't mind watching it. But aside from that, I mean, everything else is shit.
I wanted to bring this up real quick. James Gunn has talked about, like, there's another obscure team called The Authority, which is like a group of heroes, but they take things more into their own hands. And apparently, a few weeks ago, James Gunn has confirmed that the Authority movie is no longer moving forward at DC Studios. Not entirely dead forever, but the project is canceled for the foreseeable future, as it did not fit into immediate story and structure of the new DCU.
So pretty much they got other shit coming out, so they're going to work on that first and then jump back on this.
Yeah. Raising Gunn cited that the script was not ready, and more importantly, the project did not fit within the larger DCU's narrative and direction. Project is on back burner or pause rather than permanently abandoned, with the possibility of returning someday but not soon. Authority was initially announced in January 2023, 3 years ago, as one of the first DCU projects. Its cancellation follows as a reevaluation of the Gods and Monsters slate, focusing on other projects like Superman. So
it could be the bigwigs shut it down, like the main people at the studio were like, nah, that doesn't fit into our shit. So they're like, here, just push this. It'll make more money. They already know about these people. The Authority ain't nothing. Because Authority is, you're introducing new characters, so there's no telling if it's going to flop or not.
Which that's the whole problem with James Gunn taking control of DCU. Because his whole point is trying to bring like obscure characters to the big screen.
Yeah.
Which is like a very big risk when you like when that's your first priority. Which your first priority should be that you would put your big popular heroes out first, and then you would expand it later on. Which
But you know, he wants to put in his own characters because obviously he loves
Yeah.
himself.
this is. Just show me the image bigger. There we go. That's what the authority actually looks like. That's supposed to be the engineer, but she's in the Superman movie, but she looks completely different. And I think that's the Midnighter, the guy that's kind of like Superman but different. And him and the Midnighter are in like a gay relationship.
That's cute.
And I'm not sure who some of these other people are, but yeah, they're like a very obscure team.
The one on the left, the chick with the wings, reminds me of Red Wing. Obviously,
Yeah.
she's not red; she just has wings. But
Mhm.
I really like Red Wing in the Teen Titans comics. She's one of my favorite characters. She's pretty cool.
And let's see.
I may have to excuse myself. I'm cooking beef jerky right now, so I gotta go check on that, bro.
Okay,
Sorry.
no problem.
It's been 2.5 hours almost.
Here we go. Just click on that. I just want to see the picture. Alright, there we go. Alright, so some of these already came out. And why is it not making it bigger? The what? Bro. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, which I think came out already. The Penguin, that already came out, which was pretty successful. Creature Commandos, which wasn't too successful. Harley Quinn I did not like. Superman had some mixed reviews. Peacemaker Season 2 got very bad reviews. Some title DC project. Lanterns, which you can remove that lantern. Remove that logo. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Clayface, Batman Part 2, which is the Matt Reeves Batman. Dynamic Duo. I think the Untitled project is the Superman Man of Tomorrow, which is this is early. Pitch. The in development, which I don't think they're in development anymore. You got Waller, which is Amanda Waller. She was the woman taking charge of the Suicide Squad, and her having her own.
I'll check it out. Sorry.
Waller series, which makes no sense having her own series. The Authority, which got scrapped. Batman, The Brave and the Bold, and Swamp Thing, apparently another movie. Paradise Lost, which I've heard has been scrapped, even though he says it's still in development. Booster Gold, I haven't heard anything about that one yet. Blue Beetle, which has come out and did not receive very well reviews also. But yeah, I don't think James Gunn is really like the perfect guy for this. Because all he wants to do is introduce obscure characters first, instead of doing the popular characters and then expanding on the smaller universe. But yeah, those are really my thoughts on it. But yeah. So, Zeus is about to come in here real quick. Give him his thoughts.
Huh?
Well,
Huh? Some little kids trying to cut our lawn.
okay. There we go. Hopefully it's bigger this time.
There you
Alright.
go.
Alright. Shazam! Fear of the Gods, that came out. It got mixed reviews.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Yeah. I only watched some of it. I watched the original one. Which is actually Shazam is basically supposed to be named Captain Marvel because that's how he was in the comics. The Flash, which wasn't really received well either. Blue Beetle, mixed reviews. Aquaman 2, Lost Kingdom. A bit of a mixed bag. Probably it was worse than the first one, I've heard. Creature Commandos, pretty mixed, not very well known. Waller, like Amanda Waller, having her own live action series.
Nope.
Superman Legacy, which it's just changed to Superman. Lanterns, which removed that logo because it's not gonna be like that anymore. The Authority, canceled. Paradise Lost, which is still in development. Which there hasn't been anything like talked about in a few years. Batman Brave and the Bold, which is supposed to be like with Batman and Damian Wayne. Film coming, which supposed to be the same writer that did the Birds of Prey movie, which was basically focused on Harley Quinn, which proceeded like very poorly. Booster Gold.
I've never heard of that one.
He's basically like a time travel superhero. But he's like very egotistical. He's also I think Kumail Nanjiani's supposed to be like playing as him, but it hasn't been like fully confirmed yet. And the next one is Supergirl, which is coming out, and a Swamp Thing film.
I really want to see Swamp Thing. I have I have like 3 or 4 issues of Swamp Thing in the comics, and I really want to see that one.
And then the ones that are like covered up have already like, been out. Like the original Joker, the first one, which was like highly received, he's got like $1 billion.
And the second one was trash because it turned into a fucking musical.
Yep. And then you had the Batman, which is really well received. And then you have Batman Part 2, which is supposed to come out, I think, next year. And yeah, Teen Titans Go, the animated series, which a lot of people don't like.
Superman and Lois.
It's supposed to be like a more killing, more child-friendly version than the original. Yeah,
Oh,
the
even
original
worse.
Teen Titans.
Oh, Teen Titans. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Go is more like childish.
Yeah.
It wasn't mature like the original show.
I like the original show.
Yeah, it's on TV also.
Yeah, I saw it.
And Superman and Lois, which was well received. Which I heard like great things about that one. About like Clark Kent having or Superman dealing with being a father and a husband. That takes like a more grounded take, but there's still like Superman elements in there, like the whole action and how like he's portrayed in that show is a bit more accurate to how Superman would be portrayed. So yeah, out of these, this was like the original plan for Gunn, and then now it's just all scrapped down to Superman, Supergirl, Lanterns. Since this is the order list, Clayface isn't on here yet, but Lanterns, and then Superman, Man of Tomorrow. So, yeah, having him do obscure things first makes no sense. He should have started out with Superman first, and then he probably Batman Brave and the Bold, and then a Lanterns movie, not like the TV series, and have it stick to the original tone of the comics.
I think they did good doing a show of the Lantern, but they didn't execute very well. I think the fact that they made a show of it is actually a good idea, but the way that they did it is the part that they butchered.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think he's really fit for the DCU stuff, because he's always changing things up. Where Marvel has changed things up first before, but they mainly have a plan, and it basically like wound it up pretty well, because they had the Infinity Saga, which was all planned out, and it was well received for the most part. Even though there were some solo movies that were a bit of a mixed bag, like Thor movies and the Iron Man movies. Like Thor 2 wasn't very well received, and Iron Man like 2 and 3, which I actually liked Iron Man 3. As written by Shane Black, he did Delete the Weapon movies.
I love those movies.
And his movies are usually like mostly around Christmas, and that's what basically Iron Man 3 is. It's around Christmas. And yeah. So I think Marvel like did it better than DC, like movie wise, because they have more of a plan. But after that plan, things just went off the rails. But yeah. What are your thoughts about Gunn's plan?
Yeah, I pretty much
His
already
direction.
said them. I mean, I like, if he would do them good, I like where they're going with it, but it's just a matter of if he's doing them right or not, and so far it doesn't seem like he is. So
Yeah.
if he can listen to the people more of the stuff that is coming out and take criticism, then...
Well, that's the problem. He's like very egotistical, and he thinks he knows more about everybody than he knows more about the comics. Which I'll admit, he does have knowledge of comics. It's just that he doesn't execute them very well.
Yeah.
He gives them a different take on it.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I've said everything I've had to say. If I say anything else, I'm gonna freaking pop a blood vessel in my eye. So,
Alright, talk about episodes, our episode 7 topic.
episode 7. What are you talking about?
No, for our show. Like,
Oh.
what are we going to talk about for episode 7? Or, like, what can we talk about?
Well, I did like doing the interview and stuff like that, and watching the trailers. Now, obviously, we've gone through the trailers already, but
Mhm.
it can be kind of like a free for all, you know,
Yeah.
because all the other ones have been super structured.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just do like a free episode. You know what I mean? Just kind of me and you can talk about it behind the scenes, and then just give them
Yeah.
kind of like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If that, I mean, does that work? Instead of, you know, just kind of keep it, just kind of like flow, you know, just talk about what we think that we want to talk about. You know, I'll probably read some comics between here and there. We could talk about the comics that I read, talk about the manga or the comics you read, talk about more of your episodes here.
Yeah.
I might read this and then actually give more of my views on the Green Lantern, because I might read this one after I finish, because I really like the Green Lantern Planet of the Apes cross. So because of that, I do want to read this Green Lantern and actually get to know him a little bit better, the franchise itself. And so, yeah, we can see, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah. There have been like some like controversies still going on about like the whole how the English side of anime, how like the whole localization stuff, but we can talk about some of that in the next episode.
okay.
Yeah.
We can make the next episode more anime based,
Yeah.
like anime manga based.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we talked a lot about comics the last couple times. We can talk more about anime, and I watch a few things, so we'll see.
Yeah, and since I read more of the Laser Ranger, I can talk
Mhm.
about the anime versus the comic also,
Oh, okay.
or manga.
Sweet.
And talk about their tones and how like people keep comparing it to The Boys, which is like nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, I can see how some people might call it The Boys, like in comparison, due to some of it being violent, but that's basically just about it, and it's only with like one character.
Oh.
But yeah.
Well, we can go into depth on next Thursday.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Then 2 hours this time, a lot longer than last time.
Hell yeah, that's the longest one we've done.
Yeah.
I think the other one that we did last week was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So we pushed it another half hour. So hell yeah, this one was a pretty good one.
All right. Well, we'll catch y'all later.
Deuces.
Peace.